Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty in the Frizz. My name is Cara. Whether you are new or we have a guest. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. This is part 3 of our Unearthly Cosmetics. I'm calling it a holiday launch, and today we're going to be playing with the Daily Grind palette. So if you want to go ahead and see the swatches and 2 looks with the palette, keep on watching this video. Let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to hang out with someone that feels the same way, definitely consider joining the community. I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So as of now, I have filmed the Dead of Night palette. I have done all 7 of the liquid satin lipsticks. I'm wearing the shade Amber, which I think is my #1 fave. And today we're gonna play with the Daily Grind palette. I'm really excited to play with this one. So this palette has 9 shades and it is vegan and cruelty free. It has a 24-month shelf life and it is made in China, designed in the US. There are a few shades that are not intended for eye use around the immediate eye area. Those shades are Grind, Motivate, Zest, Hustle, and Inspire. In this video, you are gonna see me use these shades in my immediate eye area. So I just wanted to give that warning ahead of time. The shades Zest, Hustle, and Inspire are Pressed Pigment for cheeks. Creation, Sweet, and Ambition are eyeshadows. Let's get into one of my favorite parts, the swatches. We're gonna start with Zest, Grind, and Motivate. So here are Zest, Grind, and Motivate. Next is Creation, Sweet, and Zest. And here are the shades. Last we have Ambition, Hustle, and Inspire. And here are these beauties. Ooh, yes. Oh yes, oh yes. Okay, yes. All right, y'all, here is the Daily Grind. So I think this color story is beautiful. Now I will say that the name, the Daily Grind, reminds me of something that you're going to be able to use for your daily grind every day for work. I don't necessarily think this is going to be everyone's daily grind. This really reminds me of a really beautiful summertime palette. And I'm not saying you can't get some everyday looks out of it, but I will say that for me, when I think of a daily grind palette, I think of Biba by Natasha Denona or the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 1 palette. And from Unearthly Cosmetics, a daily grind palette for me would be the Leather and Lace. She does have these palettes where you do have those neutral type looks. I'm not sure if this is it. This just reminds me so much of summertime. So we will see what happens when we get into these looks. Now, before I do, I will say that this palette is going to be launching with the Satin Liquid Lip Colors and the Dead of Night palette on November 17th at 12 p.m. EST. This one is $25 and my code is FrizzFace, and that will save you 10%. Yes, FrizzFace. If you are interested in any of the items from this collection.
Is your face puffy?
No, my face isn't puffy, but my hair was puffy. It really was puffy before, remember? The hair that you want me to get back. Let me tell you what I have on my face. I've got on the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Foundation. I have on my Dior Concealer, the Tatcha Setting Powder. For blush, I am wearing Unearthly Cosmetics. Today I'm wearing a combo of the shade Tangy and the shade, let me see which one this is, Bloom. I was gonna say Bloom. Yes, I'm wearing a combo of those two shades. No highlighter today, so that's what I've got on my face. For the lipstick, I am wearing the shade Amber. This is from the Satin Liquid lipstick line that is coming out on the 17th. I love this. I think this is my favorite out of the 7 shades. I think so. It's between this one and Aura, but I think this is it. This is like every day for me. All right, let's go ahead and get into the 2 looks. All right, we're gonna do 2 looks with this palette, just one on each eye so you all can kind of see how it's going to look. And for my primer, I have on the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre because y'all know that's all I wear now. So let's do it. Exposure's down a little bit low. And we are gonna go ahead and start with Zest. I'm using a Bristles Beauty EO1 DL brush. I'm just gonna go ahead and circle this in the transition area. And in case you did not know, I love orange eyeshadow. I really do. Oh my gosh, you know what I need to bring back out? My orange sorbet. That's my favorite from the BH, what was it called? Sweet Shops. Yes, oh my gosh. It was so funny, like those were like the business. Everyone was trying to get those, and now, well, BH is back, but I don't know if they're back. Let me know. But I will tell you what is back, or what never left, is this Unearthly Cosmetics. Look at that. I'm into it. We might go monochromatic. Because...
I don't know where the charger is.
Huh? I gave you a charger in the playroom. I sure did.
Oh.
That's gorgeous. And you know what? Oh my gosh. So all of the mattes in this palette, I just don't know. I have to think about this. Because, well, as far as orange, like, I was going to go into maybe this one, but I love this one right here with the shine. So, yes to this. I'm going to go into Grind, as in the Daily Grind. And let's just see how this is going to deepen up Zest. I am taking a Melt Cosmetics blending brush. I did decide to wash some of my brushes today because I didn't think I was going to be able to film this video. And I was like, well, let me do something productive. Okay, now this took no effort. And see, I'm all about that because you know what? I want a life of ease. I want a life of ease. I want a life of no effort. And this can do it because now I don't have to do anything else. I'm done. That's it. I hope y'all can hear me because my whole mic was off. But I really hope that y'all can understand that I don't even want to re-record because this, my friends, amazing. I'm going to be sad if I have to re-record. I might have to do a voiceover because the ease. I can't re-record that. I can't re-record the moment. Let's move on. I was gonna go monochromatic. I think I still am. Let's go into Motivate. Now this one doesn't have the wet look. The shimmers in the blue palette, the Dead of Night, had such a wet look. I just loved it. But this is still beautiful. It's very metallic, very opaque, beautiful. Really, really beautiful actually. Yes. Let's just keep going with this one across the lid, taking more of Grind. Like this is like a really beautiful summertime look. This is really pretty. I really like this. I'm gonna take Zest under the lower lash line to keep it really cohesive. Let's look from afar because this, I'm really here for this. And then I think I'm gonna go with Impulse, which is this shade here for the inner corner. And this is beautiful as a topper, but it could also be a beautiful lid shade. Here comes Marky. Hey Marky, what's up? My sweet baby. Hey Marky. Okay, not that pose. What's up? You're sneezing? I know you are. Oh, why don't you jump in the shower? Get yourself some steam. Marky woke up with a fever today and We're very sad. He was supposed to go to the allergist tomorrow, but that's not happening. Right, Marky? So go grab a shower and I'm gonna come in because this is only gonna take me a few minutes because these eye looks are blending themselves. They are. All right, let's get into the second look. Let me get my baby out of the shower. We're gonna go into creation. I just have a eggshell brush. These brushes are on Amazon. Of course, I have to use this shade. It is so beautiful. Hey, August. A drink? Well, what are you thinking about? What are you... Oh, well, I can sound that out, but let me ask you a question. I can sound it out. I wanted to know, are you planning on having dessert? Because if so... Really? What was that? Oh, no, you can't have juice and you have to have water. No milk. I'm done with it.
Marky have to take a shower?
Because Marky's having a steam treatment. That's so... This color, this is like Gemini. Oh my God. So,
I was with him today.
you were? You can take a shower after him then. But I bet you don't want to.
You always want.
I bet you don't want to. I gotta go into chili. I know we can probably build up creation, but I really want to see what chili looks like. I'm not sure if this is the best match, but we're gonna just go ahead and try it out. Make this really grungy. I just have to. I'm just circling this really lightly. These are really, really pigmented shades. So it is gonna look a bit muddy, but I actually really like it. I'm leaving that space open in the middle. And I wanna try Sweat. I'm not sure how this is gonna look as a center shade. I think I'm gonna end up having to put Inspire on top. So that's what it looks like with Sweat, which I'm not opposed to. You know what this reminds me of, or this palette reminds me of? You know when you get the pepper mix with like the red, yellow, and green peppers? This right here, I'm into this one. But what I am gonna do is take Inspire, which is this shade, and just tap it on top just to give Sweat a little bit of brightness. See, I just think that looks better. I love Sweat, I love it. But I just think the gold on top of it really looks great, just like that. And then I'm gonna just take my same brush without any extra shadow on it and try to blend it out. Like that. Oh my God, not my, what? Hold on. Just taking a smudger brush and doing a thin line underneath. So let's see what this looks like. So this is pretty with the green underneath. And then lastly, I am going to take, I think I'm gonna take Ambition because I haven't used that, bless you, right here for the inner corner, bless you, for the inner corner highlight. And that's really pretty.
Hug me back.
I always hug you back, so don't do that.
I'm coming right back.
Oh, okay. We'll miss you for the 2 seconds you're gone. So that's it. So here's the second look.
Sorry.
And here's the first look again. I am going to just put on my liner and mascara. I'll be back to let you know what I'm thinking about this palette. All right, you guys, I'm back with the finished look. That's what we have. So here's the first look. And the second look. And just so you can see, I used a green metallic liner on the bottom lashes from ColourPop. It is the shade Aglow, and I think I used that in my last video. I used the Dior mascara. This is in the shade Brick. I thought that would look really nice. You know, sometimes I don't think that the colored mascara stands out, but people always notice it. My students always notice it, I will say. So I thought that would be a great color for this palette. So there's that. So let's get into my final thoughts about the Daily Grind. So overall, I really like this palette. I love both of the looks. They don't strike me as a Daily Grind look, you know what I mean? But then I look at how the R is capitalized, like rind. So it is gonna have that orange theme, and I think that it encompasses that really, really well. But as far as this being, and I'm not sure if that was the intention, but this isn't going to be a Daily Grind palette for me for work. When I go to work now, especially because I don't have time to film in the morning and I'm not filming all these different palettes, I am going for Daily Grind palettes. Like I said, Biba, One and Done's, Patrick Ta, even some of my Pat McGrath palettes. I can use some of my Viseart palettes, even like my Auric Smoke Reflex shades, you know, just shades that I can just do really quick, easy looks. So I'm not sure if this is gonna be a Daily Grind palette. But as far as the palette as its own entity, I think it's really beautiful. And if I had to choose between the two looks, I'm probably gonna go with this one. I really love orange. This is vibrant and bright. And I love how the shimmer's not like really cakey. It's really smooth, not a whole lot of particles. And I love how it looks with this iridescent pink shimmer and the metallic liner. I love this one. This one reminds me of like jalapeno. Like that's kind of what this palette is giving me. And I think it's really pretty. I love the contrast of what Unearthly Cosmetics came out with for the holiday this year. If I had to choose between this and Dead of Night, surprisingly, as much as I love the orange shadows and the warm tones, I'm gonna go with the Dead of Night palette. It is so beautiful, and despite there being a lot of cool tones, the way those tones all work together really surprised me as someone who is not a lover of blue eyeshadow looks. I really, really loved those. And I do love these as well, but if I was choosing between the two palettes, it would be that one. I just felt like it was really unique and pretty. And I said in my video, it reminds me of a starry sky. And this one reminds me of like a jalapeno. So you just have to think about, it is unique. So you just have to decide like which color story you're into, and maybe you're into both. I also have to say that I love how the Daily Grind palette works really well with the lipstick. And I think that this palette works well with all of the lipstick shades, whereas the Dead of Night palette, I wouldn't pair that palette with all of the lipstick shades, but this one I think can go with all 7 shades. So all in all, another unique and creative release from Unearthly Cosmetics. They're always on my radar with what they're gonna come out with. I just haven't been let down. And we're 2 years in. I'm 2 years in with really loving this brand. It started around this time in 2020, and I have been in love ever since. So let me know what you think about this one. Again, the launch of this palette, the Dead of Night palette, and the 7 liquid lipsticks. They're all gonna be released on November 17th, which is Thursday at 12 p.m. EST. And you can use the code FrizzFace to save 10%. So this is just beautiful. I can't stop looking at this one. It's neon. Like, I just love that. I can't look at it when I'm asleep. All right, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one. I hope this was therapy for you. It always is for me. Until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.